swear I couldn't stop laughing. I was in a group, and they were actually talking about something. They were like, there was this one time I was driving down the street, and I had my big old Cadillac, and I was driving, and then all of a sudden, somebody was up on my hood. It was a ghost. I said, she done ran over somebody and thought it was a ghost. Poor guy's trying to ask her for help. She's trying to shake him off.
It's a ghost now.
Yeah, because she hit him. She was wearing some pimp fur, too, man. I know, she did it. She was straight gangster. I was like, oh, all right.
Oh, I remember that now.
Yeah, don't say where. Yeah.
God bless them. God makes all different creatures. I tell you what.
They do.
Lord. I wanted to tell you about this other one that I found when I was looking up them old men in black, which Ryan, our dear friend, and our dear friend Amy is on the chat with us tonight, and they are hilarious. Ryan is like, I got the song stuck in my head.
I'm serious. The second one was a lot. I'm like, man, that's a good beat. I'm dancing around. I'm like, damn.
You should have seen us when the music came on. We were like, man in black. Ooh, ooh. Yes, I love it. I love me some Will Smith. I'm back in the day, summertime. Let me tell you. Summertime.
Okay, go on with your story.
Okay. I gotta look by. Now, what do you have?
Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, another story is there was an avid Loch Ness Monster researcher.
I love me a Nesney.
Nesney?
A Nesney, that's what I call him. He's my friend.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Anyways, so he was actually out looking for Nessie, which he always does. His name, oh, Lord. His name has lost. I had forgot his name. Since you're friends with him, I was Frederick Holiday. Mm-hmm. And he was a cryptozoologist. And he was out on his little boat, puttering around, boop, 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 boop. And he was looking.
Toot, toot.
Yeah, he was looking for the Loch Ness Monster. He's like, oh, where he is? Where he is? And up on the hill, there was a man in black. And he gave him a dirty look. And then all of a sudden, he just disappeared. So, actually, a few years later, he had a heart attack or a heart problem and had to get the ambulance to come get him, and they actually took him the same place the guy was standing.
Really?
Sometimes they think that the aliens and Men in Black are actually foreboding or telling you that something's going to happen.
Kind of like the Mothman.
Yeah.
Which is actually, that would be kind of cool because it actually links in because you got the Mothman who is, they seen him, and then afterwards, right after the Men in Black showed up. Sometimes,
some people say that he did it. Other people say he was foretelling that this is going to happen, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah, pray to sister.
I tell you.
Now we told you that the first encounter was actually in 1924 with the Men in Black, and I'm gonna tell you what it's about. It was actually a newsman in West Virginia, and he was actually visiting a site of an airplane crash in Braxton County, and he was told by a man in a suit with high cheekbones, slanted eyes, and dark skin that no one was hurt.
Sure he would. Never mind.
Yeah, and no one was hurt, and no crime had been committed.
He could have been high.
Hold on, listen. Now, this is the peculiar
Nothing's more classier than getting high in a suit.
Then, this is the peculiar thing. He picked up this guy that was in a suit that said, nothing happened here. Ain't nothing wrong here. Picked up a little thingamajiggy on the ground and took it home. Now, I think it was like a pebble or something. Then, about 3 a.m., he had a knock on the door. An Army officer with the same foreign appearance demanded and revealed the return of the metal thingamajiggy.
Feast your eyes on this. I don't know. I think that if you really didn't like somebody and you want to screw with somebody, just ask your friends, like friends that you don't know the friend you're trying to screw with, say, hey, put on a black suit and go tell them they're doing some messed up stuff. I would do that. I would so dress up.
This Halloween costume is going to be Men in Black. I'm going to just mess with people. I am. I'm in it. Hey, Ryan, Amy, if I see y'all on Halloween, I'm going to give you a little note. It says, I see you.
Peekaboo, I'm going to hug you. Yeah. That's the good one. That's a good one. That's a dirty Man in Black.
But there's also one that's really, really cool, and this had J. Edgar Hoover involved in it. There is numerous accounts, guys. I mean, we were looking through, and it was a lot. But the one thing that really, really stuck with me was the one about J. Edgar Hoover. This guy called Dahl was visited at...
it sounds reputable already.
It does. Harold Dahl, by the way, was visited at 7 a.m. by a man dressed in black who drove him in a black sedan to a cafe where he told him about his sightings of 6 donut-shaped objects.
I love donuts.
I do too. Them some bitches are delightful.
I'd look at that all day. I'd be like, damn, I am so hungry. It's like coming at me glazed Bavarian cream. scream. Okay, go on.
But so anyway, the Donut Man. Anyway, he shaped objects the day before near Tacoma, Washington State, in such detail that he could have been there. Said that if he loved his family, he would keep quiet about the matter. Now, this was actually mentioned in Flying Saucers on the Attack, and it was referenced what page or whatever, with several others. But Dolly was later questioned by two Air Force intelligence officers, Frank Brown and William Davison. When they set off by air to return to their base, the plane crashed, and they were killed. 2 days later, Kenneth Arnold, who had also investigated the affair, was flying home when his engine cut out and he was forced to crash land. It has become common for writers to say that Dahl admitted that the story was a hoax, but in August 1947, teletype was sent from Seattle, and FBI Special Agent George Wilson to J. Edgar Hoover stating, "Please be advised that Dahl did not admit to Brown that his story was a hoax, but only stated that if questioned by authorities, he was going to say it was a hoax because he did not want any further trouble over the matter." I remember looking into this before because I was watching some crazy story about it. This is really crazy. When people came to talk to this guy about these stories, about his donut shapes, when they would leave, even if they were military, that's why I think they're like, it's something different organization, the Men in Black are, because there was two guys that were in military. Their plane crashed. They never got to go back and tell the story he was telling. Another guy had to land, I guess, crash land. But I think the guy that did get to talk about it, it was because he didn't get on the plane or something like that. And it's kind of cool that they said and telegraphed to him and said, look, he's going to say this, but that's not what happened. And this guy was point on. He was saying that this is what I saw. I could tell you exactly what they look like. So that's one of the cases that is really crazy. But Men in Black were involved in that one too. Anytime you see an UFO and it's credible people, you're going to see them Men in Black show up. Now, if you just
don't even look at it.
If you just pissing in the wind, they ain't going to show up. Ooh, that's how we could tell. Look, if we studied or we actually did ufology, we could be like, now, tell me your encounter, and then they tell it to us. And then we could be like, have the Men in Black showed up? And then they could be like, no. And we'd be like, thank you very much, you liar. Get out of my office.
That's retarded. Oh, my gosh. Whatever.
Well, anyway, I wanted to... So, you got any more on the Men in Black? Other than, I tell you, we love some Men in Black. We love them. We got to say that now so they don't show up. Listen, if we aren't on next week, people, it's because they done took us.
Yeah, ooh, why you got to do it like that? See, I said this was a bad idea.
Man, I never seen somebody hide out from a show before. You were like, they're going to come get us. Listen, I believe that there are other things out there. I think that this may be... Now, you were saying that some people believe these are just robots.
Yep. That actually, this one guy came and talked to him, and then he lifted up his leg, and it was like wires and things. Another one was actually that that they talked through him telepathically, and he just automatically heard voices in his head that was like, look, I need you to come meet me and talk to me, this and that and the other. And he's like, man, how do I know this is real? And he was like, just come meet me such and such place. And him and his friend met whatever it was, or the person or whatever. And then a few days later, the Men in Black showed up, and they got out, looked at him, and got back in the van and left.
Really? Well,
they just like to watch people.
They do. They're watchers.
They're watchers.
We got us a couple watchers.
Yeah.
Well, you just come on, honey, in that suit. That fine-looking fella.
I give you a show.
Yeah. Did we not tell you last week we have a stripper pole? Come on out here.
I got the box outside. Put it in the box.
Put the money in the mailbox. We're okay, and then come peep in. Just make sure you wear the suit. I like a man in suit.
Makes me feel classy. Makes me feel classy. But actually, other ones is that this girl knew that her dad was hanging out with one. They simply named him only Lev, and she claims that she was a child. Her engineer father regularly visited the man in Black, who simply went by the name of Lev. This man was completely bald, which she noted was very odd during her time. When she went to shake his hand, the skin was impossibly smooth, as if he had no hair whatsoever on his body. The man constantly wore a trademark dark suit, sunglasses, and a hat. Even on scorching summer days, he was known for the hanging around several engineers in the area, and her father always visited him in a little house near the local supermarket. The woman who tells the story says that she's sure her father knew Lev was an alien, although she never figured out what they talked about during their meetings. Now my thing is, why do you think this guy is so special and all these engineers?
I don't know. Why is anybody special that these guys... This is what I'm talking about.
I like to think I'm special.
I know I'm special too. I think it's just... Let's just share all this specialness together. Ryan, Amy, you're special too. Our two little listeners and chatters out there. But I don't know. Like, it has to... Just think of... There was another... You were saying about the telekinesis, or not telekinesis, but the telepath thing. There was another gentleman that said he was going to a conference. He does something with a lot of technology. And I think he was going to a conference for it. And these men approached him when he was getting at the... off the airplane. And they came up to him and they said, "What are you doing? Why are you here?" And he kept saying, What are you... You know, he was kind of evasive and what in the heck, you know. And they said that they looked at him and his thought was, "I'm sightseeing." And they said, "You're sightseeing." And then they just walked away. Yeah. He was like, "These are two clowns." He was like,
Get your damn aluminum foil out. Get the aluminum foil.
Next time we do a show on UFO, we got to do aluminum foil hat. We do.
I'm too cheap. I don't want to buy aluminum foil.
What?
Yeah.
They're going to fry your brain, man. They're going to fry it. What's left of it?
I know. But no, I tell you, you just act dumb. Same thing when you get pulled over by the cops. Pretend like you're sleeping and you're dumb.
Yeah, that's true. That works. But I don't think that works with Men in Black. If they can see...
I'm going to act like I'm sleeping. If I'm sleeping, you can't see. I didn't see nothing.
And they're going to be like this. They're going to be like, "Psst, Ashley, you ain't sleeping." Because they can tell. They can tell.
I would give the whole shit.
You'd be like, "The jig's up. We gotta go."
What happened? Yeah, I would be scared shitless, actually.
All right, guys. We want to mention a little nice booze this week. Now, we haven't done it for a while, but we're going to do it now. We have enjoyed everybody listening in here on the Men in Black, which we should play that music going out. We should.
Oh,
we're like, "Ooh, Men in Black," so that everybody can tune in to that Men in Black. But anyway, I wanted to touch on something that our dear friend Amy wanted to know if we could give a little shout out to. The Paris Theater has been asked to place a box for a wonderful organization. It's called Leslie's Closet out of Blacksburg. They provide clothes and food to the homeless families, and we will start to accept clothes donations for them there. So stop by the Paris Theater, people. We had her on not too long ago. Really, really great lady. But she also, they're doing a great cause. It's Leslie's Closet out of Blacksburg, Virginia, and they're, taking food and clothes to homeless people. So they have a box outside there. The contact number is 540-922-7037. I think I said that right. Amy, if I didn't, you have to correct me on our page, girl. 540-922-7037. And you can schedule a time to drop the stuff off to the people or the items or whatever. So just stop by, people, if you're in the area. Give whatever you can. It always goes to a good cause. Now, Ashley.
Yes.
What was your favorite part of this wonderful, wonderful show?
Oh, gosh, there was just so much.
I tell you who I miss.
No idea.
You know what? We got to call up our friend named Jimmy. Now, if y'all haven't heard of this fella, we had him on when we first started this show, and he is as country can be. He runs this group called the Backdoor Bandits Paranormal or something like that. I got to look that up, but woo, Lord, he's from West Virginia. I bet he's got all kinds of UFO stories.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Oh, Lord, and the Mothman. I heard he caught his woman cheating with the Mothman one time. He did. So tune in, people, because we're going to have that on pretty soon. But we just want to say thank you to all our listeners, all two of you that are listening to us. And we are happy to have any listeners on here. But ask yourself, are you one of the two? Anyway, we love you bunches. We thank you for listening. We thank you for making the move to Spreaker, and we thank all of our chit-chatting that's going on too. So y'all come back. Same time. Y'all come back, you hear? Now we done went hee-haw on them. So we're going to play you out with our theme song for tonight. You ready? Bye!